Hello and welcome everyone. How are you today? Well, today I'm working on a Lady Isis video, which I haven't worked with Isis in a while, and I used to in my condo work with her a lot. But that we had the Empress, number 3 Venus Empress, come through for the new moon that we just had in Libra, which is also ruled by Venus. That was, let me see, last week sometime, I think the 8th. And we're going to have a full moon in Taurus also. And Taurus also ruled by Venus. And I just want to just show you a little backdrop here. Here's Lady Isis and Osiris, okay? And she's also known as the priestess. These were the first of the hierarchy of the Egyptian Pantheon. But it reads, let me hold it up so you can see the image. In ancient Egypt, hold on, let's see, how do we do it? This way, okay. In ancient Egypt, Isis was among the oldest of the goddesses. The mother, I'm sorry, it's sideways, see, so I gotta do it right. Okay. In ancient Egypt, Isis was among the oldest of the goddesses, the mother and giver of all life, a moon goddess. She gives birth to the sun, creates and sustains all life, and is the savior of all people. The teacher of agriculture, she is also the goddess of medicine and wisdom. Osiris was her brother and husband. When Osiris was murdered by their brother Set, Isis searched for and found him, revived him, and conceived their son Horus. When Set again took Osiris and scattered his body in 14 pieces, Isis hunted down each piece except for his reproductive organs, which she was unable to locate, in order to give each piece a proper burial. Isis is the universal goddess, representing total femininity. She can overcome death itself, yet she is not above grief. One of her tears, wept when Osiris was dying, caused the Nile River to flood. She underscores the depths of emotion that even a goddess must feel. Okay, and so I'm not sure how they collect this information, but I'm assuming there's transcripts, you know, in the pyramids and things they find. But I do want to dedicate this reading to Lady Isis and Osiris as well. And I just want to read this one too. This is the High Priestess, okay? And this one reads upright, so I can hold it up better. The High Priestess. The priestess is the direct representative of the goddess on earth. She has direct responsibility for functions that ensure fertility and ongoing creation. Priestesses often were responsible for ensuring rain, for the goddess was the giver of dew and of rain, dew, D-E-W. They often tended a sacred flame, the embodiment of the creative spark of life. The High Priestess is the great, and in Greek mythology, it was the Temple of Delphi that there was an oracle of High Priestess that would read by a flame. The High Priestess is the great goddess herself, a universal figure found in such diverse guises as Isis in Egypt, Kuan Yin throughout all of Asia, and you know how I love my Kuan Yin and my Lady Isis. Athena in Greece, okay, the warrior goddess Athena, and Rhiannon among the Celts. And you know how I love all my Celtic mythology as well. This goddess is all-knowing and all-wise. She creates life out of herself and bestows life-giving waters. At the proper time, she takes life away so that the divine spark in each person may be free to continue on its journey. The High Priestess is a reminder of the innate wisdom in each of us. She demands that we connect to the divine spark within and manifest it in the world. Okay, so this is kind of the theme of my table reading today, bringing in the priestesses. Lady Isis is the main theme, and here we have Venus. And this is all paintings by Suzanne Eleanor Boulay. I have many paintings of hers in her books, and I started following her in my college years. Her paintings, she was from, I want to say she was Argentinian, but she passed so young. I still don't understand it, like only in her 40s from a cancer. But this is her painting of Venus. Venus is the Roman goddess of grace and love, called Aphrodite by the Greeks. She evolved from an early Italian nature goddess. She evolved from an early Italian nature goddess, a bringer of spring blooms and vines, a goddess of growth and the beauty of nature, the goddess of desire. Venus was the irresistible personification of both physical and spiritual love. She gave her name to the second planet of dawn and dusk, as did her sister goddess Inanna, the Sumerian goddess, and Ishtar, Babylonian. And you know, many of these ancient wisdoms followed the planet Venus, because we can see planet Venus even during the day. Okay, and especially the Mayan dedicated a whole temple just for her, for the planet Venus, which Venus is also highlighted as the Empress, okay, in the tarot. The story of Venus's birth tells how she arose naked from the sea, like Aphrodite born from the sea, okay, the source of all life, primordial creation, and a symbol of both the collective unconscious and eternity. It is a wonderful image for the emergence of a young woman into her full femininity. Venus is a striking affirmation of the love of beauty and the pleasure of the senses. Risen from the sea, she is a guide through both the stormy and calm waters of our physical desires and emotions, okay? So you can see what we're trying to harness and tap today. And this is my tarot of transition, okay? And here we have Empress Isis, okay, harnessing the power of Venus. And then we have Osiris as the emperor, okay? So here we have Isis and Osiris, each other's siblings in love, and you know, the hierarchy of the Egyptians, that's how it began. Because I think they were the third tier down, Isis and Osiris and Set. But so this is what we want to harness today. So I'm going to put, okay, Isis back in this deck and Osiris back in this deck. And then we'll see how the reading unfolds, because here we have Venus, planet Venus, with Libra and Taurus, new moon, full moon. So obviously there's something to be said. Didn't I just have a card holding out here? Maybe I didn't. Okay. But this is also known as the sacred feminine. You can see they have the key of life, the Ankh, in her hand. So this deck also embraces the Egyptians. And then I have the Book of Thoth here, the Egyptian Tarot by Aleister Crowley. This is my first tarot divination ever. And I wrote here back in the day, we can't hardly see it now. The moon is change and nature is peaceful wisdom. Okay. So the moon is change and nature is peaceful wisdom, and we know the priestess is in I don't want to use the word charge, but harnesses the moon and brings forward the beauty of what we need to have with those cycles of every month. Okay. All right, and I haven't worked with this deck in a while. I haven't worked with any of these decks in a while, so I wanted to do that. Let me see what this is about. Okay, that's something different. Okay, my darling, so let's just see what happens. And we are trying to harness the Empress. Oh, look at that. No, these are too many. Too many. Okay, too many in the hand. No, 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 no. One card will bring out, but not a bunch of them. Okay. All right, so, you know, this feminine and Venus has been coming through since last year. You know, the Empress, planet Venus. Look at that right there in my hand. Okay, okay. Hold on, let me take an exhale out here. Okay, let's see. No. I don't know how that happened. How many are there? Ah. You know, this is a powerful deck, the Egyptian Tarot. I'll just put those out there. I guess my bracelet must have done that. There's my little angel, so if the angel wanted to bring that through. See, now I have to watch it because I don't know how that happened. Right in my hand. Okay. Alrighty. Wow, what is going on here today? And this one just kind of slid out too. I don't know what the heck is going on there. Oh, yeah. And I am feeling a little better, my friends, but I'm still, like I said, I'm a little lightheaded there. Look at that, 2 in my hand. But we already got 3 out, so I'm going to pull them out like that. Okay. Wow, they're just popping out. Right there. Okay. And I used to work with Lady Isis a lot, and as I shared in my 20s, I studied a lot of Egyptology, wisdom, and I was just always fascinated with the pyramids and, you know, how they built the pyramids, and it's all, you know, come from the stars. But I believe we all come from the stars, and to the stars we shall return. So, okay, right here, this one. Okay. As I mentioned, this is my first tarot deck ever, Aleister Crowley's. Mainly because of the Egyptian wisdom he carried. It's all metaphysics. They're all about the metaphysics of life. And, you know, earth, air, fire, water, the sky, the stars. Okay, so let's see what we're going to find today with this reading. Alrighty. Yes. Okay, so I definitely did want to bring in some feminine wisdom, and, you know, for all of us, okay? We're all male, female balanced. All of us. So, if we have time, I'll pull one of these goddess cards also. How about that? Because these are all about goddess wisdom right there. Okay. All right. One of Hesed. Oh, the Ace of Cups. Look how beautiful. Okay, now Hesed. I have to go back. I'm not familiar with. I know it's like an energy that they used, but here's the Ace of Love coming through. Isn't that lovely? When we're trying to talk about Empress Venus and planet Venus, and she's about that beauty and love. That's lovely. Here we have the Ace of Cups is here. The Ace of Water, our emotions when we know there's a new beginning coming, okay? And that's what we want, a love beginning. That's nice. I don't think this card's ever come through. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's just keep moving here and we'll figure it out. Okay, I want to recall what the Hesed is. Okay, now we have the Hierophant come through. Yomte is how they call him. And these are all the hieroglyphs here. But now we have the Hierophant too. And this is a traditional religious figure that is some, you know, ways considered like the Pope. But since we're talking about Egyptian wisdom, these are like the first high priest. And you know, they can marry you, they can bring you together, they can. So here we have already the love factor coming through, the overflowing Ace of Cups, which, you know, that Holy Grail relates to our Jesus, and many other factors. I don't think I've ever received this card either. Now, I haven't worked with this deck a lot, but there's some cards that usually just continue to come out. Now, look at this. Now this is cool. Okay, so I was saying how Isis and Osiris were brothers and sisters, and they were in the third tier. Okay, but Geb and Nuit. Geb here is the universe. Okay, so now we got the universe coming through. The final card, of the tarot, and Geb was their father, and Nuit is the star card in this deck as well. And Nuit, N-U-I-T, Nuit and Geb were the mother and father of Isis and Osiris. So here we have him as the universe, and you see he's holding the key of life, the Ankh. I'm serious, I don't think I've ever pulled this card either. But much wisdom. I mean, already they're on the table. It's like, yeah, look up to the stars. Embrace the universe. We're here. The 7 of coins now. This comes from the sacred feminine. 7 of coins. Okay, so keep moving forward, my darlings. You see they're on this kind of grind. The only reason why I hardly work with this deck, because the cards are kind of dark, as you can see. But here we have 7 with those changes upon us, spiritual changes. Okay, let's keep moving. But we have pentacles, coins on the table. So there's money to be made. Now we have the 6 of swords. Okay. Now she's holding some kind of parchment. They're putting up some letters. The 6 of swords. Okay, well, when I think of the sixes, I think about that peace and harmonizing that we're going to be doing. And they're in a forest working with trees, and that's always really beautiful, to get outdoors, get by some trees, by the ocean, the water, the mountains. I'm not sure why they chose the letters M, F, G, L. Must be a code with that. I might have to look that up too. Okay. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles with the eagle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs above her with the eagle. And she's like walking on water. And there's the sky behind her. Okay. Queen of Pentacles is here. We talk about the queens and kings. They're already in the castle. They've mastered what they have to do. They were born to master what they have to do. And she's got one of the most powerful birds in the sky. Highest flying bird, the eagle, with her. So that shows her power and her glory. Okay, so let's see what else comes through here. The Lovers. Oh, that's nice. Coming from the Aleister Crowley's deck, the Lovers, that's a good sign. Let me tell you that. Oh, and look, they're holding the cup here of love together. See? She's holding the cup. He's pouring into the cup. I can't bring the cards too close, but if you could see, she's holding the cup. He's pouring more into the cup. Oh, look, they got an eagle here too. Oh, wait a minute. See, the little stories unfolding here. Look, isn't that kind of cool? The coloring is still the same. The hair and everything from 2 different decks. But here, no. Look at her eagle standing by her. Okay, so we can tell she's the Queen of Earth. Just because this is how, I'm reading the tarot, but she's a Queen of Earth. He's got the Leo strength magic right there with him. And you can see there's this like High Priestess. His face is covered, but you can see his hands. Okay, like doing the blessing, like the Hierophant can. Where we put that Hierophant? Here it is. like the Hierophants in this energy as well. Okay, the Hierophant blessing the couple, and you have a cherub here, you know, giving the blessing as well. So here's some love on the table. That's what lovely Venus wants for us. Okay, I think there's a blooming or blossoming, or someone's going to get married. Okay, and it's blessed. It's a blessed arrangement, togetherness. It was born to do it. That's kind of wild. This card really doesn't come out from Aleister Crowley's, you know, he kind of was an occultist. He taught Ron L. Hubbard, you know, the founder of Scientology, a lot about the occult. So when these kind of cards come out in his deck, I mean, he's, you know, even this deck is embracing this love affair. Now we have 7 of Swords. Do we have another 7 here? 7 of Coins. Okay, 7 of Coins. All right, but that's okay. 7 of Swords. Well, this is how we're thinking, those 7 of Swords, okay? And you can see that there's a moon on top and there's an Aquarius sign. So the air element is here. How you thinking? How you going to move forward? And again, Aleister Crowley would make everything sound so... That's why that the Lovers came through. I'm like, what? You know, he was always more, you know, dark-sided than giving out the love. So, okay, so let's keep moving. But there's definitely changes here coming. Oh, a wild card. Ay, ay, ay. A wild card is here. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen with this wild card. Let's put this Lovers up here. That's extraordinarily nice when we're trying to talk about the love between, you know, Isis and Osiris, and they genuinely loved each other. So let's just see. And we have now a wild card coming from Aleister Crowley's deck. So let me turn my head. Well, that's what I wanted to see, because, you know, this month is loaded with the Venus power, with these signs of Libra, the new moon we just had, which she came through the Empress, and now into, oh, what was that? I didn't see it. I felt it, though. No. Bummer. I let it go. Okay, hold on. Let me just look. I don't want to look at the cards. Okay, there it is. What do we get? Oh, the 4 of Cups. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now we have the 4 of Cups, a double whammy, more balanced power, and look what he calls it, luxury. And you know, those 4s, we think the 4 of Cups, actually, the 4 of Cups, in how I read the tarot, you know, the cups, the emotions, the love, and you can see this lotus flower just filling up those 2 cups, the you know, the love affair pairing, right? And the 4 of Cups speaks of, can be the marriage card, okay? So, and here we have the Lovers being blessed by Cupid, and the Hierophant, who just suggested can marry you all, okay? The priest, high priest, and we have the whole universe here, just love and life. And as I mentioned, Geb is the father of Isis and Osiris. Nuit, N-U-I-T, is his wife, the mother of Isis and Osiris, and Set. Wow, definitely. There's love here. Some of us might have to go into a change, but if it's meant to be, the universe wants it for us. Definitely, the universe is already kind of aligning it, okay? Just like Geb and Nuit aligned Isis and Osiris, okay? Even though they brought in the bad brother, Set killed his own brother. But, you know, that's never going to end. Look at it, right? Cain and Abel. One brother killed the other. This is nice. This feels good in my hand. Especially coming from Aleister Crowley's deck. Okay, so I think we're tapping love on the table. Okay, so let's see these other three cards. Oopie, we don't want to burn the cards here. Let's see what these other three are over here. Because obviously, and that we opened with the Ace of Cups. New beginnings towards love. And even if you're married already, it could be a new beginning to, you know, flower up your romance, flower up your relationship, flower up your marriage. Okay? And get grounded. Here's the Queen of Earth. Just get grounded, okay? And here we have, oh, pretty Major Arcana card. The Temperance. Oh, I love this card. This is a nice card because this deck is kind of on the dark side. Not dark-sided in energy, but in colors, you know. So it's like, let's see, we can see the light coming through. Like the universe is definitely saying, we want this for you. And you see she's by the water, how the Temperance does the alchemy with the water. She comes from the heavens. I'm trying to understand why there looks like there's men standing in a line. Maybe she's trying to heal them. But this is good. It's like the stars are speaking out. Like, yep. Just, we're here. Get outdoors. Make it happen for yourselves. Get outdoors, yeah. I think that's really important. Yeah, just be careful where you go. Wow. Oh! Look how nice is this. Wow. I got some goosebumps now. Definitely changes here. And now we have two Queen of Pentacles. And for those of you not familiar, my birth code 3/11/1960, which is, today is Friday. I was born on a Friday. And my numerology I follow, I'm a Queen of Discs, a Queen of Earth, a Queen of Pentacles. And we have two of them here. And I'm wearing my ram's ring. See this ram right here? Actually this ram, I've talked about it before, but I don't talk about it all. This ram ring was found in an Egyptian tomb. And this, down in Sarasota, they have this fabulous museum. Oh, yeah. It's a house that was built in the early 1900s, but now they turned it into a museum. And it's right on the water. It's beautiful. Oh, it's evading me right now. But anyway, I saw this ring in there. They had a copy of it. And I was able to have one made for me. So this is positive. And then look what we have here. So the Queen, and you know, we don't speak gender specific here. But you have to master yourself. That's what that's telling me, okay? We have to start mastering ourselves. But look at this happiness, like I mentioned. The Nine of Cups overflowing. Aleister Crowley, trust me, never puts nice words in his decks. And now we have luxury, happiness, the marriage card, double whammy, and that we have the Lovers here. And we open with the beautiful Ace of Love, the Ace of Cups, like saying, you know, Jesus in la casa también. The Hierophant is here to bless the whole scenario. Geb, the universe, blessing his children. That's pretty wild. Get outdoors. See, even the Temperance, get outside. Get outdoors. Get outdoors. That's so nice here. Yes, it is with Venus. So, and it's not laughing, but it's like, trust me, my first tarot is this deck, and this hardly comes out of this deck. So, it's wonderful, is what it is. Okay, it's wonderful. Let me see. Okay, we have Pisces here, the sign of Pisces. And here we have Jupiter. No, 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 no. See, I gotta pay attention. But everything is here. It's just overflowing. Overflowing. The Lover's Major Arcana, the Four of Cups, marriage card, the happiness that comes from being in a good marriage, like the love of Isis and Osiris. This is nice. This is really, 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 really nice. Yeah, I think this is the Jupiter glyph right here. And nines talks about that completions, but this isn't really completion in the respect you've attained this. And number 10 is that transcendence number that you keep on going. No stopping you now, okay? No stopping you now. That's so nice. What time is it? Oh, it's only 29. You know what? I'm going to pull one goddess card to see what kind of energy they'd like to say for us. But truly, 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 out of all these cards, because this deck, I'm not even going to pick another card because Diablo might come through and he'll piss me off, so I don't want to go there. That's so nice. I'm repeating myself, but for those of you who watched my readings with the Book of Thoth, the Egyptian Tarot, I can't recall, even when I do, you know, readings just to pull a few cards on the table, that's never happened. So we have love, we have the marriage card, we have happiness forever, the Queen, master yourselves, get outdoors, you have the universe, you have the High Priest with you. We open with that Ace of Cups. Let me just see, I know the images of this. Like I said, Suzanne Sedon-Boulay, I fell in love with her in my college years as well, and I just couldn't believe it. And she probably drew hundreds and hundreds of beautiful images, and then she's gone at like 43, 44 years of age. I just, you know, oh, right in my hand. Oh, we got two of them now. It's like, you know, sometimes back in the day, I used to pray to God a lot, like, God, why do you take these beautiful ones away, you know? I mean, you know, one thing is when people in a car accident, this cancer and stuff, it just, I don't understand it. Okay, so who is this? Demeter, a Greek mother goddess. Okay. All right, so here we have Demeter and Themis. Okay, Demeter. Now see how dark this card is, so I'm going to kind of keep it away of how the camera is. Demeter is an ancient Greek great mother goddess, a goddess of life and death. The Greeks emphasized her role as goddess of the cultivated earth. Okay, so let's bring out the Queen of Earth out here. Okay, so here we have a goddess, Greek goddess. So she's an ancient goddess because the Greeks came first. Okay, so get out on the earth. Demeter is an ancient Greek great mother goddess, a goddess of life and death. The Greeks emphasized her role as a goddess of the cultivated earth, the giver of fruitfulness and abundance, and provider of the gift of agriculture. She and her daughter Persephone, called by the Greeks the goddesses, in quotes, the goddesses, together represent the continuous cycle of life and death, the two phases of the primarily for her great love for her daughter. When Persephone was abducted by Hades, and Hades was the god of the underground, the underworld, okay, Demeter's grief caused the whole earth to go barren. Here we see Demeter ready to give birth to produce life. Demeter offers a blessing of fruitfulness and possibility of coming joy, of abundant life, and of hope. Isn't that beautiful, my darlings? And look at this beautiful threesome here we have from Aleister Crowley. Look at all this. A new life unfolding. And we open with the Holy Grail itself. The new beginnings coming. New beginnings with love. Okay, now we have Themis. Now, you know, it's painted like this, but let me just read it, so, and I'll turn it around. Themis is one of the oldest and most revered of the Greek goddesses, the daughter of Gaia. Okay, so see, we have some They want us to get grounded with earth. The daughter, Themis, the daughter of Gaia, the earth goddess. Themis is the mother of the three fates who determine the destiny of all mortals and gods. Shown here as the giver of dreams. Okay, so she is in dream state. Okay. Shown here as the giver of dreams, she once consulted at Delphi as the bestower of oracles. Okay, so you see, I just brought up Delphi. I didn't know that Themis was one of the oracles there, because I think they had a few of them. Anyway, they're saying here, shown here as the giver of dreams, she once was consulted at Delphi as the bestower of oracles. Themis is prophecy incarnate. Her oracles derive from her sense of order and connection to nature. In later Greek mythology, transferred to Mount Olympus, she personified the social order of law and custom, a reminder that social order is ultimately dependent on the natural order of the earth. Themis is a grounded, earthly goddess who is also comfortable moving through the shifting, mantic world of dreams. She is deep wisdom, familiar with both the depths of earth and the height of the sky, a guide into soul. Wow, that's kind of deep, huh, my friends? I'm not familiar with Themis at all. And you can see how this queen here of earth, okay, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth, see, she's in the water too. You can see these fish right here. See a whale? There's a face here. But I'm sure she's doing the oracle, but you can see the sky here. And then we have the ocean here. And here we have the sky here and the ocean there as well. Yeah, we got to go within, go into your, meditative time. It's really important. It really, really is. And Demeter is here too, great mother goddess of earth. So this is wonderful right here, my friends. Please get out, get grounded, believe in yourselves. Just believe in yourselves. And I'm just curious. I know I try to, and then I'm keeping this short and sweet, this reading. But I'm just curious about this one card here. The Six of Swords. Okay, the Six of Swords. And I just want to see if they say what these letters mean. Okay? But if not, this is, now the swords, obviously the air element, how we think and where we're going. But this is, okay, so let me see. I just think it's, because she's on earth, she's by a tree, but she's the six of, let's see, everything's into Italian all of a sudden. I can read a little bit of it, but not, here it is. Okay, Pentacles. All right. Oh no, we're looking for swords. I'm sorry, my friends. Wait, how come I'm missing everything here? Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, it's my fault. Okay, the swords. The swords, the symbol of the swords is included in that of the waning moon, which is what we have right now. We left that new moon in Libra, ruled by planet Venus, and we're heading into that full moon in Taurus towards, I think it's the 24th of this month. Okay, so the symbol of the swords is included in that of the waning moon, however you pronounce it, and the populations represented will be the Greeks and Romans. The element of the swords is air and symbolizes magic and chivalry. Okay, and we have the Six of Swords. The Roman goddess Carmenta delivers the consonants to her son. Okay, that's what it is. I was wondering why these letters are here. Okay, so now I've never heard of this Roman goddess either. The Roman goddess Carmenta delivers the consonants to her son Evandro and to the mortals. Seeking the truth in the flow of life, beginning of the literary voyage. Okay. Seeking the truth in the flow of life. Beginning of the literary voyage. And here we have, that's kind of cool, that phrase right there. Beginning of the literary voyage. The truth in the flow of life. Seeking the truth of life. And I think this flow of life that we have going on here is about some love connection, getting grounded on Mother Earth, knowing that even, you know, your ancestors are here with you, blessing it. You've got Angel Temperance here blessing it. And it doesn't get any better than having the lovers come through. And this one is, he calls it futility, but I'm not even going to go into this one right now. We've got all these beautiful cards here. The luxury, okay, marriage card, and happiness, happiness, happiness. So stay with that flow of life, my darlings. Remember, embrace you. Don't always believe in you, and let the universe bring you that mate that's meant to be, that forever soulmate, that connection that's just meant to happen for most of us, and I pray it does for all of you. Much love to all of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.